Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Monday, January 1st edition of our video devotionals. Of course, we must say it's the brand new year, so Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's having a great new year thus far, and we're a little bit late on our devotions here, but that's okay. We're going to get them each day as best we can. And in fact, through almost the 4 years we've done these, coming up on 4 years, April 1, we've probably have been in our normal format, probably about 98% of the time. There's been a few times we've had to not have a devotion on a day or two, but for the most part, we put them up about every day, Monday through Friday. Initially, we started out Monday through Sunday, and then I just figured, with Saturdays and Sundays, kind of gives you a break from the devotion, so to speak. And then, of course, with many of you with church on Sundays anyway, you're getting a good dose of what you need to from God anyway. So this is obviously all supplemental. We're no one's pastor except for the people there at Woodlawn Baptist Church in High Point, where I'm the pastor, and we're just here to help, and hopefully that's what we're doing. All right, so it is January 1st, 2024. We're not going to do the Through the Bible format this year. Of course, I'll be reading my Bible from Genesis to Revelation. We pass out a little handout that has 2 months, 1 month on one side, 1 month on the other, January, February in this case, and you can read through the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament at the same time. And we got some folks to do that, and they enjoy doing that. That's a good little format. I guess I just think, though it's not a scripture in the Bible that says this, but I do believe this. I think you ought to have, I think it's a good idea that at least read the Bible through in 1 year's time. Have your eyes on the scriptures, read the entirety of the Bible. I think that's important. Even the Bible talks about a daily feeding, a daily spiritual feeding. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. But otherwise, we hope everybody has a great new year. And here it is. It's the first day of that year. And let's try to make it as great as we can. All right. So really, since we're not following that format, and for those who are not, have not been with us maybe for a great length of time, we titled these devotions and titled them way back. We call them seasoned grace. That comes from the book of Colossians. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt. So everything we say, every conversation we have with people should have the grace of God applied to it, and also the salt, seasoned with salt. And it should always help, but it should always be truthful, always be, never going outside the bounds of right and truth and all of that. All right, so we're going to give you a couple of references here today, and the subject today is going to about being prepared. And here we are. We're at the beginning of the new year, the brand new day of that year, and many do things like make New Year's resolutions. Here's what I'm going to do for this year. Here's how I'm going to improve this. Here's how I'm going to eliminate that in my life to be a better person. So let's just give you a couple of verses here from the Bible and just give you a very simple truth here today. It says in 2 Chronicles 27:6, so Jotham, now he was the king, became mighty because he prepared his ways before the Lord his God. So he was one of the good kings of Judah, that southern kingdom that was based there in Jerusalem. And then let me give you another figure here where it talks about being prepared. Ezra chapter 7, verse 10. For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord and to do it, and to teach in Israel statutes and judgments. And the Bible speaks about him being a ready scribe. He was a good man, and he certainly helped when the children of Israel were coming back into the land after that captivity period. And Ezra and Nehemiah, those two men and others that helped, were there to kind of set things back up, get a wall built, the temple built, and so on. So here's the word for the day, if you please. It's about being prepared. Jotham prepared his ways before the Lord, and in Ezra's case, he prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord. So here's a simple point. One of the ways you can have a great day each day of this year, how you can have a great week, great month, a great year, is you can prepare yourself for that, all right? And the best way to do that, there's many things to do. Now, we could sit here and talk about there's people they're prepared to go to the gym, to go someplace where they can get more physically fit. There's people that have prepared to add this to their life. There's people that have prepared themselves in spiritual matters and all of that. So the point here is the way that we can definitely make the most happen from all the things we can prepare is to prepare our heart, get our heart prepared. And, that's something even when the weather's bad out. For example, if someone says, I want to go to the gym every day this year, Well, let's just say you have a snowstorm, ice storm, you can't go. Let's suppose some schedule change comes in. You can't do it. So there's going to be some things you may not be able to do like you want to do 100%. But there's one thing about preparing your heart. You can do that. You can do that as you're laying in your bed. You can do that when you get up. You can do that as you're getting ready. So you can do that. You can prepare your heart. And I think a prepared heart is obviously, spiritually speaking, the best way to accomplish the will of God in your life, certainly. And the best way to be the best person you can be, because if you're preparing your heart before the Lord, then obviously that's going to have an effect upon everybody that you meet and have a contact with. So it's kind of like our theme, Season Grace. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how to answer every man. So everybody you come in contact with, family, spouse, children, everybody, even a total stranger, if your heart is prepared, then the outcome of that encounter is going to be what it needs to be. So prepare your heart. Jotham, he prepared his ways. Many things you can do for that, but the simple truth is about preparing. So here's just a simple illustration want to be done here. You hear the term to prepare a meal, and sometimes preparing a meal means the process of putting it together. And for some people, it also includes preparing what you're going to prepare. In other words, making you a list. You go to the store, I need this, this, and this, and you get it all prepared. You come home and you prepare it in the sense that you put it together and you have a prepared meal. And prepared meals are usually a better meal. Sometimes you come home and I don't know what I'm going to eat. Do you not have that conversation like we do? What are we going to eat tonight? What are we going to eat today? And then sometimes when it's not prepared, that's where you kind of can get in places where you're eating too much fast food and just things are just kind of a little bit, when they're not unprepared, things just don't go as well as they should. So all that being said, prepare your ways before the Lord. Prepare your heart. That's going to make for a great day, a great week, great month, great year. And if you can do that, that'll be great, because it is something you can do at any time, because, the weather could be bad, schedules change, but you can certainly prepare your heart. And so we're going to stop right there. And the other thing we're not going to do this year, we're not going to read from the Today book. We may bring up some interesting facts or things along the way, but we'll forego that and just kind of concentrate on the devotion itself. And so we appreciate you watching today on this day. And we do hope you have a healthy day, safe day, and just a great day in the Lord. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow, and hope you have a wonderful day.